You ever been in a meeting, your heart's pounding, you've got this brilliant idea right on the tip of your tongue, and then poof, nothing. Your mind just goes completely, totally blank. Ugh, it happens to the best of us, right? Well, today we're going to break down exactly why that happens and give you two super simple but really powerful tools to fix it for good. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? That feeling, the frustration, and let's be real, the embarrassment of knowing you have these awesome ideas, but when the pressure's on, they just evaporate. It's this gap, right, between our private genius and our public fumbling. And that's exactly what we're going to solve today. Okay, first things first. If this happens to you, you're not broken and you are definitely not alone. This is not some kind of personal feeling. It's a totally common cognitive thing. We're calling it the 3 a.m. genius problem. You know that moment you're lying in bed, thoughts are flowing perfectly like you're writing a masterpiece, only to have it all just disappear when you actually need it? And this right here just illustrates the difference perfectly. Internally, your thoughts can feel like poetry, so eloquent, so clear, but then you open your mouth under pressure and sometimes, yeah, it comes out sounding like a kazoo. A little clumsy, a bit off-key, and for sure not what you meant. So why the kazoo solo when you were aiming for a sonnet? Let's get into it. So the first piece of this puzzle is actually pretty simple. It all comes down to a speed limit. See, there's a huge mismatch between how fast your brain can think and how fast your mouth can actually talk. Let's break that down. I love this analogy. Just think of your brain as a fiber optic internet connection. It's blazing fast, processing tons of information in a split second. Your mouth, on the other hand, well, it's like an old school dial-up modem, with the screeching sounds. So you're trying to stream a 4K movie on that dial-up connection. It's just not going to work. You're going to get a bottleneck every single time. And to put a number on it, get this. Research suggests your brain can process thoughts at this incredible rate, around 1,000 words per minute. It's just jumping ahead, making all these connections, planning 3 steps down the line. But your mouth, it can only really speak at a rate of about 200 words per minute, on average. So that massive 800 word per minute gap, that's where all the trouble starts. Your brain basically outruns your speech, gets lost in its own speed, and suddenly you've completely lost your place. So what's happening in that gap? Well, it's not just about speed. The second big reason your mind goes blank is that speaking in a real conversation is a massive cognitive juggling act. You're not just saying words, you're managing like a dozen things at once, and it's all happening in a part of your brain with very, very limited space, your working memory. Your working memory is basically your brain's own tiny little temporary sticky note. And the key thing to know is that it has a really short lifespan. Sometimes people call it the 7-second bottleneck. It can only hold a few pieces of information at a time before things just start falling off. I mean, think about everything you're juggling. You're actively forming the sentence you're speaking right now, while also checking your grammar and your tone, while also watching the other person's face to see how they're reacting, all while trying to plan what you're going to say next. Honestly, it's a miracle we can do it at all. So when that 7-second sticky note gets overloaded, one of those balls gets dropped and poof, your mind goes blank. Okay, so now we know why it happens. Your brain's too fast and your mental sticky note is overloaded. But here's the good news. We can totally fix it. We're going to learn 2 incredibly simple but really effective strategies to manage all that. Creating anchors and giving yourself permission. All right, let's start with anchor words. An anchor is exactly what it sounds like. It's your mental home base. So before you start speaking, especially about something complex, you just identify the 3 most important words that capture the very core of your message. These words are what keep you from drifting out to sea. So how do you use them? It's super simple. First, pick your 3 words. So say you're in a job interview and they ask about your strengths. Your anchor words could be leadership, problem solving, and collaboration. Second, try to say them right at the beginning. I'd say my strengths fall into 3 areas: leadership, problem solving, and collaboration. Boom, now they're out there. And third, if you start to lose your train of thought, you just come back to your last anchor word and keep going from there. It's your safety net. Now, the second strategy is what I call the permission protocol. This is all about what to do in that exact moment you start to stumble. Instead of panicking, you just calmly use a phrase like this one. Let me rethink that for a second. Or even, let me rephrase that. And this is the most important part of all. Pausing to collect your thoughts is not a sign of weakness. It's not a failure. It is a confident, strategic move. It tells everyone listening that you value clarity more than you value speed. And it gives your brain that crucial second it needs to reset and get back on track. It puts you back in control. So the next time you're in one of those high-stakes conversations, just remember, your brain isn't broken, it's just really, really fast. Use your anchor words to guide your thoughts and give yourself permission to pause. The question isn't if you'll find your words, it's what brilliant idea you'll choose to share now that you can. So go out there and share those amazing ideas. You've totally got this.